Ciao belli, come va? Today we're going to discuss the Italian vowels. We're going to get some help from the coccodrillo and lo squalo. So, the crocodile and shark. We're also going to discuss today I piaceri della sprezzatura. The pleasures of the Sprezzatura. And if you do not know what Sprezzatura is, today we are going to discuss that in that lesson. So the point of this lesson is to make it clearer how to pronounce Italian vowels, how many of them are, and how they're different or similar to English vowels. So let's take a look. You have here some vowels just on this page already. You have E, you have A, you have E, you have O, and you have U. So there are 5 vowels in Italian and 7 sounds. If you are not going for the extremely precise academic Italian, I want to tell you that even inside Italy, in different dialects, the sounds, double sounds for this letter and this letter, O and E, they can be not always easily distinguished. So in standard modern Italian, this one has 2 sounds and this one has 2 sounds. But in reality, many people do not follow those rules. So let's just move from there, okay? So let's take a look. So once upon a time, there was a crocodile, Italian crocodile, who dressed really well. He was a snappy dresser, and a shark that was very nice and wanted to learn Italian, but the vowels were not so great. So let's see. All right, so we decided that there are only 5 Italian vowels. Okay, so first you have A, and this is always the letter that you pronounce as if the doctor uses the tongue depressor. And you say ah, you do not say eh, you say ah, as in English word shark, which is squalo in Italian. Then you have the sound of e, and e as in more or less in English word hen. And remember, if you stretch your lips, then your e will come out much better. Then you have the letter of E, and this one, as in English word bee. In Italian, it is ape. Then you have O, and remember, if you want to make the correct O in Italian, you have to make that shape of the letter O with your mouth. If you don't, it will not come out right. It's not as English, neither O at the end of the word when it's O, no, nor it is the O that sounds like A in the word, let's say, like in this word. That is not the same sound. It is much more open and it is much more rounder mouth that you have to have in order to pronounce it. So it is O. It does have 2 sounds in Italian, but I'm not going to go into details. If you get that open round O, it's good enough for now. And then finally you have the U sound, and it is always as the mu. And in Italian, conveniently, that animal that makes mu sound is the mucca. Remember that in English, this letter has many sounds, as in different words. As in garage, it's one, cat, it's another, face, it's a third. So there are different sounds. In Italian, it has only one sound. The letter O. Bad choice, sorry. I meant the letter U. In English, it also has different sounds. Depends where it is in the word. In Italian, it has only one sound, U, just the one, like the cow produces. In mu, it's U. It's never U, never A. It's always U. Then there's E, same thing. It has only one sound in Italian. But E and O, they do have two different sounds, one closed, one open, depends whether E with the accent mark doesn't sound like E without the accent mark. But, as I said, even in Italy, those differences are not immediately obvious, all right? So if you get just these 5 sounds instead of the 7, it will be great. So let's keep going. So we learn here also a few words. Lo squalo, la gallina, l'ape, il maiale, la mucca. All right. So the Italian snappy dresser crocodile was teaching the shark how to pronounce Italian vowels. I put for you here the example of the open and closed Italian E. As I said, this E has 2 sounds. For example, in one case, you have pesca, and it is the open E, pesca as an English word fair. And then you have pesca, and it is a closed E as an English word pen. As you see, the difference is not immediately obvious, and most of the time the context tells you immediately what it is. So many Italian speakers do not distinguish the sounds, but it is the official distinction in the modern standard Italian. Slight distinction also will be for the O sound. It can be closed or open. All right. And then the shark started to be really good and learned how to pronounce Italian vowels, and also got very fond of the crocodile and became an Italian instructor. So let's see how we pronounce those words. Mangiare, lavorare, aspetta, dai, va bene, oddio, occhio, pigro. Huh? Did you pay attention to the vowels? Remember that in English, with the same number of vowel letters, you have, depends how you count, between 14 and 20 sounds. In Italian, you have only 7. Please keep in mind that distinction. There are significantly fewer vowel sounds in Italian, and yet it's so beautiful. Isn't that strange? All right, so the crocodile and the shark, they became really close friends, or maybe they even decided to get together, I do not know. And they were working on their vowels. And then the crocodile decided to explain to the shark, who was interested why the elephant is always so elegant. The crocodile decided to explain to the shark the word sprezzatura. Sprezzatura. And it is one of the very curious Italian words and Italian concepts that are very interesting. All right, the word dates from as early as 1528. And there was Baldassare Castiglione who coins the expression and says that una nuova parola, usare in ogni cosa una certa sprezzatura che nasconda l'arte e dimostri ciò che si fa e dice venir fatto senza fatica e quasi senza pensarvi, which means that sprezzatura is the art of making something absolutely beautiful and elegant without showing any effort. Let's take a look. So that would be a good example of sprezzatura. Occasionally, people could be very well dressed, but it doesn't show that they are making the effort. And sometimes a couple of details that might even border bad taste, but still they're making it more elegant. So let's take a look. If you wanted to read about it, it would be a good moment to stop the video and then you could read about the sprezzatura. The word actually accepted into the Oxford English Dictionary, so it's part of the English language as well. Okay? All right. So then the crocodile puts on his jacket with the sprezzatura and says Chinchin. Do you know that that means cheers in Italian? I think you do. All right. So, and then the shark and the crocodile, they became close, they got together, and they even had a little child who was speaking Italian really well and was a snappy dresser. I hope that was a useful lesson for the Italian vowels plus the sprezzatura. Ciao, belli!